This is our 7th winning advice. Ask yourself questions that help you to improve. Since we were little kids, we had the natural instinct to ask our parents a lot of questions. One of the most common ones was, why? That was our natural way to learn, get new information and associate causes to effects, in order to find a reasonable explanation that could help us to recognize the same specific situation in the future and anticipate its consequences. Nowadays, it's exactly the same. We still question ourselves many times during the day, trying to find reasonable answers to all our questions. That's the reason why one of the most efficient tools that we can use in our everyday life is to ask ourselves good quality questions. As we already said, when something not expected is happening in our lives, we still act as when we were kids, asking ourselves, why? Why did this happen? Still looking for a cause-effect connection that could help us in the future. But imagine what happens if we are facing a personal failure and we ask ourselves, why? Let me give you an example. You plan to be consistent in training, but you fail. And you ask yourself, why can I be consistent in training? In this way, you put the focus on the cause of the failure. And in this case, the reason of this failure is us. So, a possible answer to this kind of questions could be something like, because I'm lazy, because I'm weak, because I'm not consistent with anything, because I'm a constant failure, and so on. The focus is on our weaknesses. The answers remark only our negative sides. What kind of impact is this going to have on our self-esteem? Well, the answer is pretty obvious. What to do then? When facing a failure, a good way to question ourselves is not asking why, but how. This is much more efficient and productive. How can I do that? If we are not consistent in training, we should ask ourselves, how can I get consistent in training? In this way, our brain don't get stuck on the problems and our focus moves on possible solutions. We can see a way forward, or maybe also more than one, and we can start to plan it. Okay, we failed, but we are still on track with our goal. In this way, also our self-esteem won't get too affected by it. On the other hand, we might have been learning something from this experience, and maybe when planning the next steps, be aware of avoiding the same mistakes we already did in the past. The quality of our everyday life is also depending on the quality of our questions. Good quality questions, good quality life. That's the reason why in our Winning Tribe community we like to ask ourselves questions that can help us to improve.